whenever we are going to solve the sum, simple arithmetics or any other sum, no doubt we are calling it a simple arithmetic, but in order to make that more simple, we use certain algebraic part also. We can use, because certain sums, whenever we are going to solve, the algebraic part is very essential for that, and for that purpose you should aware the basic idea, what is variable, what is independent variable, dependent variable, what is quadratic equation, that you should aware of that. And therefore no doubt we are not having syllabus of algebra, but as method is not important, the answer finding is important. We are going to discuss few basics of algebra. So here we are discussing out quadratic equation. Professor J. Singh will explain you about quadratic
equation. Yes, today we are going to discuss about quadratic equation. Now you will definitely ask me, what is quadratic? You see, when we write in algebra any variable like x, y, z or a, b, c, and when we write 2, 3, 4, 9, 100, now you can see under variable I have written x, y, z, a, b, c, and under constants I have written 2, 3, 4, 9, 100. What is meaning of it? When I write 2, it could be 2 fingers, 2 pens, 2 rubbers. In case of x, I can say x pencils. Now x can be assigned any value. It could be 5, 10, -10, -6. So that's why they are called as variable, and 2, 3, 4 are the constants. Now when we write x, and on the top of it, on the right hand side, we write x1, and somewhere we write xm, then what is meaning of it? It means that x1 means x is multiplied with 1, or x, the index of x is 1, or the power of x is 1. Whereas in case of x raised to m, we use the word raised to m also. We can say x to the power m, or we can say that x is multiplied m times with itself, like x into x into x into x m times. So writing x raised to m means x is multiplied by itself x up to m times. Now I have used the word quadratic, but before that sometimes we have just x raised to power 1, or it can be x raised to power 0 also. Means no power of x. So there it is a constant value 1, which is to be remembered, because number of times student can confuse that a constant word can always be written like 3. It can be written as 3x raised to power 0. Later on in the higher algebra, you will be, or calculus, you will be reading it and doing it, derivatives and integration and differential equation, where these things are used. Now coming back to, when we say x raised to 1, we call it as a linear power of, or single power of x. Whereas when we come to quadratic, it is the value of m is 2. So there it becomes as x raised x square or x raised to 2 or x multiplied by x. When we say x cubic or x raised to 3, it means we write like x3, x raised to 3 could be x, x and x. Now you can see I have written number 1 as ax square plus bx plus c equal to y. Okay, this we call a quadratic expression. Means what? Here on the right hand side we have assigned it some value as y, but constant value has not been given to it, and at the same time the highest power of variable x is y is 2, and then it is in the reducing or descendant order, like x raised to 2, x raised to 1, x raised to 0. So there we can call it is a mathematical expression which has got variables x and y. So I have just talked about it. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to y is expression. Means I have not given a value, I have given a variable for this. Whereas in the second case you find that ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where I have assigned this this expression a variable as value 0. So this is the difference between expression and equation. Now you will definitely ask me, sir, what is equation? You see, in the world when we compare about two things, there could be three possibilities. Either one is less than other or one is more than other. And in case both are equal, whatever way we look at, whatever characteristics of those two things we would like to find out, then we put small double lines and we call it equal. Like a balance, you go for buying something like apples. So you ask for 1 kg of apple. Naturally the measuring is done by putting some measuring stones on one side and or some calibrated stones on one side, and the apples are put on other side, and we see that tilting or pointing a point of the balance. When it is exactly in the center, we find that it is 1 kg is equal to whatever measuring calibration is there. So coming back to these two expressions, in one case it is a variable like y, in other case it is 0. So the expression ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 becomes an equation. Okay, now in case of ax square plus bx plus c, we can always say that it could be more than 0, it could be less than 0, or it could be equal to 0. That's why there are three options. In case of the equation, there is only one option. I have talked about x and y. Now x and y are exactly the variables, but y is the variable which depends on x. That's why x is called as independent variable and y is called as dependent variable. By this function, we use a word function. Function is nothing but to some extent following certain rules. It is a relation between two variables y and x, which follow the system like that, which you will further study in the physics and other subjects also. Now we are always keen when this thing is written and we say A, B, C, they are called as the coefficients. Means they have the constant values given for a particular expression or equation. We are always keen to find out what could be the possibilities of values of variables, that is x, and dependent variable y, those values or those solutions are called as the roots of expression or roots of equation. Generally they are used as the roots of equation. Now clarifying more, when we use the word quadratic equation, then it is very clear, it is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are coefficients and x is a variable which has only two roots because the highest power is x square. Now I give a small example. So I have said that a, b, c are the coefficients and x and y, which I have written y is equal to 0, are the variables independent and dependent. Respectively. Means what? Means when I use the word x and y are variables independent, and means independent variable is x and dependent variable is y, so that you should not get confused about it. So it will have solution that value of independent variables are two only. Let us say they are alpha and beta. Okay? Then as per these solutions, this equation can be a alpha square plus b alpha plus c equal to 0, and a beta square plus b beta plus c equal to 0. Now there is a way that we can solve this equation and find out these two roots or these two solutions for this quadratic equation.